Andawin, in your periphery, you start to see things creeping in, things that Piper began to describe. You see the sights of Bree around you. You can see goblins begin to moving in. You see Riols, you see Toddles, you see Lanton off to the side. It looks like they are trying to warn you. Riod rushes forward and tries to halt the advance of goblins rushing down from a nearby hill. And in the distance, you can see this large, cloaked, black figure wielding a flail and taking aim towards Piper. Piper dodges out of the way. You see Piper spin, rush toward this creature. And goblins are all around you and your friends. What do you do?
I make towards Piper immediately. The large figure sounds the most threatening.
Very well. Please make an awareness roll for me, please.
Awareness.
Yes.
There we go. That is, I've rolled an Eye of Sauron. I have rolled double Saurons, actually.
Okay.
Snake eyes.
That is amazing. So, you are favored in awareness, for those that are unclear what that means. So, he gets to roll twice and keep the larger roll, or the better roll. In this case, he rolled 2 Sauron runes. Andawin, as you look away, you hear a horrific sound. You hear Lanton scream. You look in the corner of your eye, and you see Lanton impaled on a sword. A goblin sneering in his face. Goblins begin rushing towards the rest of your friends as you rush towards Piper. Piper is trying her best to hold her own against this large creature. You rush forward, rushing behind it, and as this creature begins to spin its flail, suddenly you hear this horrific screech. And this winged black creature, almost like a worm meets some kind of horrific large drake, begins to fly towards you. You see it is flying down towards you. It's swooping down. Its wings large. It has maybe a 30-foot, 40-foot wingspan. It is all black, and it has leathery skin. It swoops down towards you.
I'll take aim and meet it head on.
Very well. Make another awareness roll for me, please.
This one is a success.
In the corner of your eye, you can see Piper dodge out of the way of a mighty blow from this large cloaked creature. And I need you to make an attack roll.
That is a great success and a piercing blow.
You throw the spear, and it impales this creature in its wing as it lands towards you. And it sort of... this horrific screech again as it feels the pain. Blood, black in color, this thick, viscous ichor flies out from it as it lands, spraying dirt up into the air. And it almost feels as if Piper gets further away. You're your perception seems to get distorted. You can see Piper battling this creature, but they seem to be getting further and further away from you as you now see goblins closing in all around. And in the distance, you can hear Rioth scream. This time, several arrows litter Rioth's body, penetrating his armor. He falls to the ground. Toddles, all alone, looking scared, calls out for you.
Andawin!
Toddles!
What do I do?
Stay close to me. Come here.
Toddles begins rushing towards you, but Toddles seems just out of reach, getting further and further away even though she's rushing towards you. The air around you sort of warps and you feel this coldness. You begin to see the battle shift. Things change, the goblins move, and things begin to look different but familiar. The mountains. The drake. People fighting for their lives. You made a choice, Andawin. You see the face. The person you let die. Toddles begins to change. Your face changes. And everything gets cold and green. You see these ethereal shapes clinging to your peoples. You hear someone calling out to you. One of your friends?
Andawin? Andawin?
Toddles.
Are you alright? Are you alright?
And you are seemingly brought back to yourself.
I am okay.
Well, you don't look okay. Well, I mean, you look fine. Well, I mean, not fine, but you look like normal, but I mean, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Funny you say that.
Am I dead?
Not now. I believe one of Piper's visions came to me.
Oh.
Seeing things that might be. And it was most unpleasant.
I'm sorry, I was asking him if he'd ever heard of, a large figure with a certain weapon. And then...
I saw him now. After you said that,
Did?
I have seen him now with my own eyes, yes. In the vision.
Was it the same? Was it in Bree?
It was in Bree, yes.
Are you sure you weren't just having a nightmare? Pocket cheese and all that.
Do I strike you as the type to panic over a nightmare?
That's fair.
No, it was It was a vision, I imagine akin to what Piper has seen. Ghosts. The stench of sorcery on the air. Dark magics. And a man with a morning star. Bigger than me, even.
Towards Bree, you said.
In this vision we were already in Bree and it was overrun.
So,
Goblins and dark magic. But we went to Tharbad and Piper's visions of Tharbad in ruins did not come true, so
aye.
my vision of Bree under attack may not be true either. Perhaps it is haunting and nightmares designed to unsettle us.
Sometimes, if if I'm supposed to be doing something really important, like, baking the loaves of bread for a whole party or something like that, or I'm in charge of, canning all the jars and things, I start thinking about all the awful things that I have forgotten or that could go wrong, or, did I remember to put the yeast in right, or, did I fold that in, and it's just a lot all at once, and it sounds like maybe that's what's happening, but it's just a very strong imagination, like you're thinking about all the things that could go wrong.
I believe you're speaking of nightmares, but with honeyed words, no?
Well, I'm not sleeping when I have mine, but it's just thoughts for the most part.
Just fears made more real
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
You speak of
But sometimes in the moment I'm like, oh, I did forget to do that thing, but I didn't.
you
Maybe it's like that.
you speak of some sort of panicked daydream, perhaps. I do not think this was the same,
All right.
because my imagination was not running.
Right. You were just there witnessing.
I am not prone to letting my mind wander aimlessly. I do not daydream. I rarely have nightmares either. This was different. This felt compelled by sorcery. It was not a natural dream.
This might be
Feels real.
a foolish question, but what do we think the purpose of these visions that you're both having here? I mean, what, just chaos for you, individual chaos.
Purpose? I mean, it is no boon, to be sure, especially from ghosts. If anything, as Total says, it's to hinder, to scare. It's not scaring me. I'm not scared of ghosts. No.
But you're also not experiencing it, and it just, I mean, logic, as much as we can use here. Piper had the visions of Tharbad. They were not true. You've had these vision of Bree, which we could probably assume is not likely, and as long as we continue to go, I'm sure we'll find out. But it doesn't seem like a threat necessarily. Like, don't come to Bree or else. It's just fear. It just seems like such an evil thing, and I'm having a hard time getting my head wrapped around it.
Maybe it's the opposite.
Maybe it's trying to scare us away from there so that we don't go.
So we should go.
Do you think curses are aware of themselves enough to because, I mean, obviously we're on the road to try and help the both of you. Like an animal in a corner, is it fighting back?
Are you asking if a ghost is susceptible to reverse psychology?
What's that?
Well, I mean, when you say something that you don't mean in order to make it so that the person you're talking to thinks about what you're talking about?
Oh, no, not at all. No.
Isn't
Not
that
that.
just called a lie?
Yeah, no. I'm saying is this ghost, this curse, so very aware of our movements that they're trying to scare you away, to prevent us from being successful. I don't know how that might escalate further, if at all.
There is some wisdom to your questions. Perhaps the visions are not a sign of impending doom, but simply to scare us from the correct path.
Loremaster, I would like to know what the visions are about, or what at least I can glean from why I'm having them. I have a theory, but I would like to know if it's right. Had enough of them by now. I think I can kind of...
What's your theory?
My theory is that it's a warning, but it's not the type of warning that's ensuring that we'll be safe. It's the type of warning that's like a threat. So it's a threat. And it's a threat of something. And the details aren't the same, but the feeling's the same. The feeling of everything falling down and everybody you love dying. But it doesn't seem... Seems like there's more than just... It's not just me and Andawin. It seems to be more
You're right on both
than
counts.
just us. Okay. I relay that. Lawton, I think it's a threat of something. And it's bigger than Andawin and I. And the more I have them, the thing that's worrying me is that the details don't matter. It's the feeling that's the same. But the thing that's worrying me is I'm getting used to the feeling a little bit. I'm not so scared. But I think it means something. More than just a curse.
You're not scared. Are you more on guard?
I'm scared.
No, yeah,
I'm scared, but yeah, I don't, it's hard for me to word it. It's not that I don't feel powerless, but I do feel hopeless in them. I'm sorry, it's hard to describe.
Perhaps this is the point of the visions. Perhaps not fear, but a sense of hopelessness and despair.
Could I
did not say anything before because I did not want to worry you. But my vision to affect me the most, threatening me is not the way to do it.
Could I do a lore roll into omens? To see if I have any sort of understanding of like the meaning behind those. The reason I ask is what I feel like I'm hearing from both of them is that this thing is coming at them emotionally, and it has to do with something larger, and I'm wondering if it is an actual omen of some sort that we have to be aware of. But just from a basic point, I'd like to know if I know much about omens in general.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So for a wee bit of hope here. Ooh, a success. Oh, barely.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't think there's too many, like, ill omens that, really affect many hobbits. But there's a lot of superstition, I think, that goes around here and there, about the outside world and stuff like that, as little as it does come up. I don't really know what to give you here because I don't know how much that would be a part of your daily life. This would be something you'd have to maybe read about.
And I am incredibly well read. One of the aspects of me is that I do seek out sort of odd bits of knowledge that aren't necessarily Shire related.
Yeah, I think this would be something you'd have to research, like in Mickle Delving or
oh, okay,
like a museum or something. Maybe some books here and there. But I'll let you kind of determine how you think you can relate to this. I don't know if there's an obvious sign of an omen here, like an ill omen.
Sure. Okay.
So I don't really know how to answer your question in this case.
But honestly, that's about it.
Okay.
I think that turning to everyone, I would essentially say that I feel that this could be an omen of sorts, but I don't know how you're supposed to interpret those. I don't know if we're going towards something dangerous, either expecting us or will happen anyway. I don't know, but I think that I would like to get more knowledge. The sooner the better, because we have no idea how far away from the elves we are, right? I mean, practically.
In a strange twist of irony, likely the only ones who can give you that knowledge would be the elves.
Yeah.
So we must reach our destination before we can even ask our question.
True, yeah.
Loremaster, I would also like to make a roll here to cover a variety of things in this situation. One, when we were in the library in Tharbad, if I remember right, we looked at a drawing that described the Witch King, did we not?
Yes.
With that plus the fact that
terrifying he is.
my whole clan, like our whole backstory and our whole calling in life was essentially being guardians watching against incursions from Angmar, I feel like there's a good chance I might piece together who that is in the vision. And on top of that, as a character with a warden calling, I have a distinctive feature called shadow lore, being aware of like the manipulation of the shadows and these dark figures. So with all of these things considered, I think there's a very good chance that I probably know who that is.
Yes.
So
you do not have to
I'd
make
like
a
to
roll.
Okay.
That is one of the Nazgul.
Oh! Sorry.
One of the Nazgul. Okay. But I wouldn't know for sure which one.
Now you can make me a roll.
Oh!
Very well.
To see which one. Holy fuck.
I assume a lore roll.
Yes, and you will have a bonus. Now, what specifically do you get from Warden in this case?
Warden simply includes the distinctive feature shadow lore, which I can read to you if you give me a moment to pull it up. I don't have it in front of me
that
right
will
this
give
second.
you a bonus in this case. This will be a lore roll, and you're going to get 2 bonus die.
Very well. It is a ordinary success.
Okay. You do not
Also,
think.
I am not necessarily before you give me the answer. I am not necessarily looking for a yes, this is the Witch King of Angmar. I am more so looking for a can I understand there's a connection between what I'm seeing here and Sauron and these omens? Are they tied together in some way? That is more important to me than the exact identity of this figure.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
I think, in response then, back to real time, as Lawton points out this omen, I would say, it is a vision of a Nazgul, one of the wraiths that hail from Angmar. They are known servants of the one called Sauron, the shadow in the east, called Mordor.
These are names we're not supposed to be saying.
Superstition to not be able to say their names. If you cannot speak their names, you cannot warn others of their approach. Nonsense.
Well, what do we do then?
This does not change our plan in the slightest. We continue to Rivendell.
Well, what do the Nazgul want with Piper and with you? I mean, we're just a small traveling party.
That is a good question, and I wish I knew the answer. For beings of such power to take an interest in us. Perhaps there's... I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Some
the
hidden power
machinations
amongst
of
us that
evil.
I am unaware of.
Okay. This feels very dangerous, but like we can't say any of this to anyone, right? They're like,
It would be in our best interest to keep all of this to ourselves and reveal it only to trusted friends. Besides, if we were to tell anyone in Bree of these visions or of the Nazgul, it is likely they would think us mad and not believe it. Or they might believe it and be driven to panic. Neither of these is good.
Yeah.
After all, what can they do to fix it?
and what would
It is
we
beyond the
even-
power of mortal men.
Yeah, what would
They
we
can
even
do
be
nothing.
doing to warn of something that we don't even know?
I
It
think
seems awful big.
maybe I can use the visions the way. Maybe I can use it for information. Like, maybe the more I have them says something. Maybe what's in them says something. Maybe I can turn it back and try to use it to help us.
What do you mean? Like willingly go through this? Like
It's gonna
control
happen
it
whether
somehow?
Well, I don't know if that is ever possible, but if it's gonna happen, maybe I do just accept it and see if I can
Take notes.
use it.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Oh, accept it. You mean accept your curse?
no, accept that the visions are happening, that it's a vision. Try to, when I'm in it, try to remember.
That it's a vision and to pay attention to all the little details.
Right, and maybe see if I can find more information, because when I'm in there, I don't remember where I was until I'm back. I think it's real. I think it's happening, but maybe.
Well, then how will you be
maybe
able to take notes?
Have
well, I've
you
been fighting
never
it.
have you never
Right.
had a dream where you realize that you are in said dream? It is like that. It may take a minute, but even now, my first time seeing such a vision, after, I'd say, about a minute, it became quite clear to me that I was in a realm of some sort of dark magic. As I watched Toddles run towards me yet get further away. A strange reality that cannot be real.
I was in your dream.
You all were. And all of your lives were in danger.
Could I ask a question then, of both of you? Did it, since you were in a place in such a tumultuous sort of situation, did it feel very surprising, as if you just woke up into this scene? Like, did you have any memory of getting to that place, or was it too chaotic to even realize?
No, it was disconnected. First I was here talking to Piper, but then suddenly I was in Bree and we were fighting.
For me, I think for the first few times, it's like I just suddenly was somewhere else, and I could never tell what was real and what was a dream and what wasn't, or what was a vision and what wasn't. So when I came back, when we were going
terrifying.
to Tharbad, when we were going to Tharbad and we actually went, I still kind of didn't believe that that was the real, you know? But this time, it's like for a split second, I'm there and I still retain the bit of me that knew that I wasn't there, and then all of a sudden that me that knew that I wasn't there is gone, and suddenly I'm there, and that's real, and I just have to, and then I'm back, and that's when I remember that it was not real. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's it just sounds like willpower, and I don't even know if that's really the thing here, but I guess I'm searching for a way for you to be aware in that moment.
Yeah, can we tie a bracelet around your wrist or something? Then when you're in the dream, you look down. If you've got it, then you're not dreaming.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Have you managed to get any sleep? Or is it whenever you do go to rest, you have these dreams?
Is it
That's a
whenever
good
I go
point.
to rest, Loremaster?
Very good point.
She
Doesn't
fell off a
seem
horse
so.
once. Yeah.
Because
No, I can still sleep.
Right, because on the ride from the encampment, she had these visions 7 times. So I was wondering if and when there was some sort of cause and effect.
That's a very,
think-
very, very good point, Ryuth.
Hmm.
Can we think that through for a second? Is it
There's a
sound?
roll we could do for
It
those
might be
combined.
sound.
I have had this vision only once, but it happened whilst I was standing here talking to Piper, not sleeping.
Yes, but what did Piper say, and what was around you that you were hearing? Because I'm wondering if it's you're hearing sounds that are the same in each place.
I
And
asked
so then,
him.
yeah.
I asked him
Really?
if he knew of any figures like the one that we saw, one that at the time only I had seen in the vision. I described it.
So, here's a thought. Piper, do you know how to get to Rivendell? Do you know what it looks like? Have you been there?
Do I know how to get to Rivendell? Do I know what it looks like? Have I been there, Loremaster?
Is that a point?
I'm curious what
Can I
you're
roll?
trying to are you trying to trigger
Comes
her
in pints?
I am. I'm trying to see if it's...
because there's
well-
no way we've ever been there all our life. We've
No,
been
I know,
either there or
but the
Bree,
thing
but
is, it seems to be either potentially maybe by sound or by what's happening around us, like if we happen to be in a similar situation, or but the fact that Piper asked him a question and then it seems like he went to recall the information, and instead of recalling he went to a potential forward. So that's what I'm trying to do with Piper here.
See,
Piper,
that's very true, but
you don't think you've ever been to Rivendell, but I feel like you've looked for it before.
Stop. Sorry. Can you just go into slight more detail about that little sentence that you just said? Can I roll an insight on the sentence you just said? Can I get more detail? Can you elaborate on the sentence you just said?
You can make an insight roll.
I would like to make an insight roll.
Roll insight against the DM.
I'm inciting against you. I'm using a hope for that one.
You can have one of mine, so you have
Success.
2. All right.
Oh, I
Never
already
mind.
did it.
On
Sorry.
the money,
Sorry.
that one.
Success.
You remember crossing the Misty Mountains. You remember searching for Rivendell, but you felt
Holy
like
shit.
you felt like it was hidden from your sight.
Can I recall the details of that path that we took? Wait, hold on.
This
That's
is what
very interesting. The wording that you just used.
Yep.
That I went through the Misty Mountains and I was looking for it, but I could tell that it was obscured from my sight. Sounds an awful lot like the way that Andawin described trying to find Rivendell.
he is describing my memories.
Oh, and the
Yeah,
eyebrow raise.
bitch!
The eyebrow raise that you just did. Okay.
Holy shit.
Mr. Poker Face. Okay.
So the curse is causing us to share our memories in some way. I did Piper just figure all of this out?
It's starting to come together, Piper.
Is there
Yeah.
a way to put this into effect?
Your memories perhaps are matching up to the story you've already heard me tell.
That's
Well, anything? Okay.
Yeah, I can remember looking for it.
I thought
Through
you
the
had
Misty
never left the
Mountains.
Shire.
She hasn't
I have.
ever left.
Oh,
I was looking for it. But
Do
I
you remember?
couldn't find it. It was being hidden from me somehow. Andawin, I think that's just how you described it yourself, right? The last time that you went to Rivendell?
Yes, but that is...
Did you feel big and strong and tall?
Did I feel big and strong and tall?
how tall?
Is my memory seeing the tops of the trees
Well,
or
I'm
the
not
the
bottoms
top.
of the fern?
Not the
I
tops
don't
of the
see
trees.
tops of trees.
Yeah, I
How
know,
far
but you know
back
what
do
I
you
mean.
remember?
Did you feel like 2 hobbits in a trench coat?
Do you
did
remember
I
what it
feel
looks
like-
like under your beard?
Yeah.
Do I have a beard?
It's more like 3 hobbits in a trench coat, to be honest.
4 hobbits.
You definitely felt like it was a different perspective. It's strange.
Holy shit, this is
To
my
recollect.
shit. Too bad Tunnels isn't idiot. God, what a naive, happy little hobbit I'm playing.
I turn to Piper, and I look around this place. And I look to Andawin, and I look back to her, and I go, okay, where's your stash? Where do you keep your things?
Where do I keep my things, Loremaster?
Holy
Make an
shit.
insight roll.
Oh.
I'm going to pass out.
Wait! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to yell at you. I'm so sorry. But does that mean that y'all get to, like, maybe potentially sometimes roll for each other? Like, your muscle memory knows how to fight like Andawin now? Holy
Oh my
shit!
god. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna use a hope for this. Okay. Great success.
Oh,
How would you like to spend your success?
Gain more insight, please. As
Yeah,
much
you know
insight
exactly
as I
where it is.
possibly can get.
So you would
Tell me what's inside before you open it.
you would know then that I don't have a stash beyond the couple of satchels of supplies that were up on the platform. That is basically everything I own. And the only keepsakes of value I have on my person. I have a small carving of a willow tree that was not made by me, was given to me by someone else. And I have Upevine, a last hope, my spear. Those are my only 2 keepsakes from home, and they are with me at all times. There is no stash.
But she knows that, though.
Yes, she knows this.
There is no stash.
She would know that she would know that the bag up on the platform has a little bit of salt and garlic and butter and some dried meat in it, and that's about it.
You've got butter in there.
What? Okay, wait. Don't, wait, Piper. No, Piper. Okay, just, before you say anything else, okay, just, one, this is weird, but the other thing, if you have his, I don't know, memories or awareness or I don't know, then just maybe not say them out loud. That's a little bit of
Does that mean you have hers?
Wait. It's just a little bit of invasion in privacy, and I just, before going forward, just be aware. Okay, we all have our things.
Launton, you're right. I hadn't even considered that. You're right.
No,
I can't answer your question, Ruth.
No, I want
It's
to
too
hear
late,
the
you did.
answer.
Okay,
I
well
want
then
to hear the answer.
that's considered. That's fine. Yeah.
I want to see how
don't-
accurate her memories are.
You don't really have a stash. You have like 2 items that you have with you. You have your, and I repeat the detailed things that you just said.
Okay. Yeah, you would probably see my hand subconsciously hover over my pocket where my little trinket is. That is uncanny.
Okay, well, can you do it back?
Can I? Loremaster, I would like to recall my upbringing in the Shire.
Oh my god.
I got goosebumps.
Make an insight roll,
would like-
please.
I'd like to think back to my memories in the Shire.
God, please.
A great success.
What?
I would enjoy some additional insight. Some details on my happy upbringing in the Shire, surrounded by good folk and not being attacked by goblins on the regular.
What is this memory that Andawin? What stands out the most to you about your upbringing, Piper? That you share with Andawin?
Andawin would have this overwhelming feeling of the peace that a tight-knit family bond that happens. So what he would see, I think, is just my big feet running in a field and then looking up over the field and seeing Toddles and Launton running ahead, I'm chasing them.
Come on!
And they're yammering back and forth to each other, bickering about bees and weeding and growing things. And
Oh, you run over there! What are you doing?
I told ya that there's weeds over there and you didn't do it. How many times am I gonna do it?
It's
before
your
you
job.
realize
No!
And the sun,
my job to do your
the sun is golden, and just inherently there's this overwhelming feeling of knowing that your belly's full and that you've got more belly to fill later with lots of butter and bread and ale and just knowing that you're gonna sleep good and knowing that tomorrow morning you're gonna wake up and you're gonna feel good and you're gonna see the people you love and you're gonna run in fields with them every day of your long life. And this is how it's gonna be.
Piper, please minus 1
Yeah.
hope. Andawin, please add 1 hope.
Like, to my maximum?
Are you at your maximum right now?
Yes. I haven't spent any hope in a while.
No, never mind.
I do remember.
How to brew tea.
I remember a place I've never been. I feel a strange homesickness for a place I've never seen.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Shire will do that to you, yeah.
I do remember it. I see your neighbor's turnip patch.
Wow. They're very good. Very
I wonder
fat
which year
turnips.
it was, because there was one year where it was
smell the
abysmal.
bread. I smell the bread in the oven. Launton, your Aunt Liv. And her infamous bread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she gave me the first slice every time.
Bottles. So, see your beehives. I remember them. I remember being strangely scared of them. Makes no sense, because I've never been scared of bees, but now I am, somehow.
I've never told her that I'm scared of the
But I never
bees.
told you this.
That's right.
I didn't
Sorry,
know
Piper.
you were scared of the bees.
Sorry. Didn't know
That's
to tell
alright.
you.
Hey, you always
love
put
them
on
so
a brave
much.
face.
Piper, I remember your dad's long-winded stories, even longer than mine. But his were mostly embellishments. And you knew. But you smiled and nodded along anyway.
It's part of telling a good story. The embellishments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I've already given away one of your secrets. I should stop.
Oh, no, it's okay.
But yes, it does seem to go both ways.
Well, what does that mean then?
Both
I
of
have
you
no
are
idea.
suddenly feeling very weary. There's a moment where you maybe have that feeling when you're overtired and you don't notice and you go stand up, you know, and suddenly it all hits you at once.
Hmm.
Well, Darby.
Indeed.
I think I need to sit down.
Are you alright?
I am. Just very exhausted. Maybe it was the road, or maybe it was experimenting with these memories.
Oh,
I just have never felt such a sense of warmth and home and peace. As much as I treasure my own home, and as much as my own mom tried to take care of me, it was nothing compared to what I feel from the Shire. Like a deep sense of finally being home. Why would you ever leave such a place?
I wanted to see the elves. I thought that I didn't fully belong or something. I realize now how foolish that was.
what?
How silly.
You never said that to
What?
us.
You didn't tell us that part. You just said you wanted to see the elves.
No, we just thought you wanted a bit of an adventure, not, the Gandalf.
Andawin and Piper, please roll a d10.
What do you mean you didn't feel like you belonged?
And when you lose 4 of your having a brain fart.
Endurance?
4 of your endurance, yes. And Piper, you lose 5 endurance.
Holy shit.
On that, strangely, I can relate. Because I also left home feeling I didn't belong. It is simply a strange feeling. But I can remember the one thing that very few people will ever have, and nearly everyone will always want. Simply the warmth and safety and love of being at home. It is strange to meet 3 who would willingly move away from such a thing. Because
We were not moving. We were going to see the elves and then we're going back. We're going home.
But,
I
well,
understand.
I think that's also the ignorance of what we were walking away from. Because I
I think
can tell you that I never... You can read about this sort of stuff and the dangers of the road, but it is nothing compared to the reality of it.
Well,
I think that these
let
two.
me tell you then, Lawton, as someone who has traveled the world over, and I've come from the north and from the east. I've been across the Misty Mountains. I've seen the home of my tribe, the dwarves in the east. Even spoken to a man from Gondor once. And ventured all the way here to the west, and I have never seen anything quite like the Shire.
I firmly believe that we will get back there. I do. I miss it terribly, and we are painfully close right now. But we are going to get you and Piper sorted. And after, come with us if you wish.
We must deal with this curse first, and then I will see to it that you see your Shire again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Such a thing is not easy to find in this world. But with that, I must sit down. I am taken by exhaustion.
Yeah.
I can feel my
I-
strength leaving me somehow.
I've the stew. Let me get. I get you some. Hold on. I sort of walk off to get him and Piper something to eat.
I leave also, but I think I look at Piper for a second before I leave.
I
I look
sit
ashamed.
back down to retire for the night.
I sit on the floor, the ground, and I wrap my hands around my knees, put my head down, and try to sleep.
You begin to nod off. And as you do, there are whispers on the wind. You'll be death them. And you all begin to rest in Andawin's small home.
Can I have a moment with Lawton before you do that?
Sure.
Well, I'm having those things that you told me I needed to tell you about. The big feelings.
Okay. Right.
And I don't know what to do about it.
Well,
Are you also having big feelings?
constantly, but let's talk them out a little first.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
Mad.
At?
And hurt, I think.
But what are you mad at? Where, if you could point that feeling, where would you point it?
Piper.
And why?
You both were always enough for me.
I might say something and it might hurt your feelings.
Alright.
Okay. I really just don't think it was about us. It wasn't about you, it wasn't about me. Whatever she felt, being separate or just didn't feel like she belonged, I don't know where that came from. But can't...
Was it our fault?
Maybe. I want to say no. I feel no. But maybe. You know, maybe she doesn't even know. And maybe it wasn't us at all. Maybe that's arrogant, you know. Maybe it's she read a story, she had a dream and that caught her heart and she just wanted to explore that. So running through the fields is all fine and dandy and fun and warm, but it's not adventure.
That's what I mean about not being enough, though. Because I thought our life was an adventure. I didn't need anything else. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, but that's you. And that's me too. But I don't know if it's a time where I need to take offense to not being enough. I don't think any one or two people are for somebody. I think that my expectations and yours are probably very close and in line. A nice, gentle life. Hers, at least before, wasn't. And we've seen that. I mean, let's be fair, we've seen that all her life. We have seen her stick her chest out and her chin up and move forward. In some of the most ridiculous times. Are we foolish for just not recognizing? And would we be foolish for not accepting? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if I think much of anything right now. I think I just don't feel good. I don't feel great. I feel like she was pretending. That's what I feel like. Doesn't make any sense at all. But it kind of feels like she just said she never really felt like she was family.
Well, no. Not family.
She said she didn't feel like she belonged. Isn't that what family is?
It is, but I don't think that's what she meant. And I don't want to put words in her mouth. And maybe she did mean that, but...
But that's what it feels like to me. Regardless of what she said or not. I feel like she just said she didn't feel like family.
You know...
And I don't know what to do with that.
No, that's fair. That makes me sad too. Because I don't know. painfully determined to get her fixed.
Well,
Whatever she
yeah,
needs.
of course.
And there's a good long road ahead of us, and I don't want to walk it, but I will.
Well, of course. I'm not saying any of that.
No,
I'm just saying I feel like I feel like I just found out that my butter's moldy.
I
like
know.
1,000,000 times.
I'm not saying that's how you are. I'm just trying to say that I understand your anger and your sadness. I don't know how to feel other than incredibly scared but determined. It's almost like I don't know how to feel about this, so I'm putting it away. Maybe that's why the butter went moldy in the first place. I don't know. I'm worried about you.
Don't be worried about me.
Oh, now you get right out with that.
Well, I told you I'd tell you when I had the big feelings, and I'm doing it.
And I appreciate that. I'm scared. That's my big feeling. I'm afraid.
Of all of it? What are you afraid of?
Of how much a curse can get into someone. Of how much it can take you from the road you've traveled and put you on one that's filled with anger and death, and I'm afraid that the curse will change them. It's changing already by the sounds of it. For Andawin, who apparently has had it all his life. And if...
Well, he got to experience the Shire. It was kind of something
What a
special
gift,
to
huh?
hear him talk about it, yeah.
What a gift. Oh, if we could just keep going down this road. Just go home.
I'm gonna need a roll. Montan, I'm going to leave this up
Sure.
to you if this is a valor or a
Wisdom.
wisdom. Yeah.
That's hard. Okay. I will argue for wisdom only because I know I am fiercely determined, and I don't see myself backing down from that. I think the problem now is I'm trying to...
Are you too smart to start logicking your way through it and then going, well, statistically,
Yeah,
or
I think I'm trying
logically,
to talk myself through
probably
everything,
not going
knowing
home.
there are steps, there are paths, there are people that know. We have tools in hand, we have people with abilities and skills. I am trying to convince myself.
Okay.
Success.
Okay. Continue.
okay, well, I think we just put them away with the butter.
Put them away with the butter. Okay. Close your eyes.
Okay?
Okay, we're gonna do this in your home, okay?
All right. Yep. Okay.
Alright, so we're in the
Ooh.
larger, okay?
Oh,
There's-
okay.
There's all the
And
shelves.
it's 11 in the morning.
It's 11 in the
Right, and the light's coming through the kitchen.
sun is coming through
Yep.
the... Okay,
Mhm.
right. And it's pouring in. Oh, it's
Okay,
perfect.
yep.
Okay.
And I've got the lavender on the windowsill,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and you can smell the honey. I have to make a roll now.
I will leave it up to you if this is a valor or wisdom.
Great success.
You are helping a friend.
Ah,
Oh, I hear the bees.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
we're-
timing, that loud one there. Anyway.
No, that's okay. So we're in there.
Yeah.
Which cupboard? I can't remember.
The top one on the left above the sink.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
I need your help.
Okay.
I don't want to break the shelves like last time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll lift your leg.
Just enough
Okay.
for me to get up and then open it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now, I need you to hand me the butter.
Okay, I've got it. And
I've got
am I
two.
handing you the butter or my feelings?
Well, that's just it. I've got 2 butters. Okay. There's
Okay,
2 of them. There's
one
yours
butter
and
is
there's
my
mine.
feelings. I see. Okay, my feelings are the butter. Got it. Okay, I'm handing you the butter.
Okay, and then this
Okay.
butter. Okay, this is your feelings. These are
Yep.
these are images. These are all those things that weigh down on. Okay, I'm just gonna leap and just
Yep.
one more
Careful.
time. Just okay. All right.
Look at that!
Okay. All right. Okay, that's
Yeah,
yours.
put it away with the butter.
Yes.
Can I open my eyes now?
Yeah. Oh, right. Right. Yes. Okay,
Put it away with butter.
we can do that. We can do that. We can do
We
this.
can do that.
If this happens again, that's where it has to go. Okay, and that's a good place. That's not a
Okay.
scary place up there
No,
in
it's
the larger.
lovely.
No, the butter's a great place. So yes, they're there. They're difficult, but that's a good place for them. Okay,
Thanks, London.
thank you. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. We just have to make sure she is. And Andawin and Rioth.
Yeah. And bring them back to the Shire.
Yeah,
They deserve to live there too.
they do. They do. Okay. Well, everyone's asleep. I guess I'll eat this soup.
And off to bed. Everyone goes. Morning rolls around. The thunderstorm seems to have passed. Everyone begins to wake as they normally would. I imagine Andawin is one of the first to wake up. Probably a frog looking at you, Andawin.
Good morning, I say to the frog. Does everything else look normal? I feel like after yesterday's events, I would wake up and immediately feel the need to check around and make sure everyone's okay and everything is in order. Not in some nightmare again.
Seems like it. You can see some stirring.
Good.
There's that, like,
I am
colder morning that happens after a heavy downpour. It's a little... that humidity that sort of makes it just a little bit colder.
good. I am going to leave the rest of them asleep. And I'm going to walk good 50 or 60 feet out. And I'm simply going to kneel amongst the trees and meditate. And remain there until the others wake.
Can I see him do this? And silently go and join him?
Sure, make a stealth roll.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Just love the image of us doing it together. A failure.
You do this,
It's okay.
but Andawin, you can tell somebody's joining you. Oh, you didn't have to make the roll.
Oh, okay. Even though I can hear her coming, it does not stir me from where I am kneeled. In fact, with our overlapping memories now, she probably knows exactly what I'm doing. Because she remembers having done it before.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that I am listening and reflecting on voices of ancestors. Listening for guidance. And if I don't get any guidance, that's okay. Because I'll simply run through their stories in my head and use it as inspiration for my day. And she knows I have done this every day. For over 10 years.
This is the first time I'm doing it. And I'm thinking of Toddles and Lunton.
What are you thinking about them?
Thinking about what they would do. So I can be better. And I'm just basking in their presence in my mind. And they want me there.
The Shire is so close, Piper. You could almost reach out and grab it. You could make that happen right now. You can tell everyone that you don't need to see the elves. You've had enough adventure. Could go back home. Could even bring Andawin and Reoth. Maybe adventures for other people. People like Andawin.
Piper,
Hmm?
don't give up.
Oh,
Why are you saying that?
Your home is right around the corner. Temptation to go there must be strong. I know if I were near my home, I would feel the same way. But we can't give up now. More than just you and me, whose lives are on the line, potentially. If there really is some sort of dark shadow stirring in the east, we must do our best to warn people. We cannot rest. But don't give up.
Okay.
Stay on this road with me.
Okay.
Come. The long road ahead.
Goes ever on.
Since you're here at my home, I'll show you how we do it here. We don't have a full pantry. This isn't the Shire. But if you walk with me northeast about 5 minutes, there's a small creek that is always full of fish.
Okay.
And then south from there, a small berry patch. I found these by following the animals here. Nature provides. In case family cannot. I'll look back to see if any of the others are awake before I start wandering off.
I am not inside.
Not in sight.
Nope.
As though you have awakened and already moved somewhere else before me, perhaps?
Perhaps.
I see.
Tired of our shit.
I'm gonna
Seeing that Rioth is already up is enough that I am not too worried about the others. I'll take Piper around my morning routine of how I catch food in this place.
Can we get extra berries for Toddles and Lawton? Is there any honey around? Wait, what else could we get? I want to
Honey
get
is-
something for them.
Honey is not an easy one to come by, but if we can find a beehive... Bears do like honey, right? I wouldn't be much of a
Wait,
bear man if I wasn't good at pulling honey out of a beehive.
Wait, you can do that.
Yes,
Cool.
I can.
Okay.
The head of my household, a man named Bayorn. He also raises bees. Not just Toddles. I am actually an expert in such a thing. If we find
Wait,
a beehive...
you're an expert in bees.
Yes.
You gotta talk about you gotta tell Toddles that. Have you? She would be so pleased to have someone to talk to about it.
See, this is precisely why I have not mentioned it. I worry she may start talking and never cease.
Toddles talking is one of the small pleasures of life, okay?
All things in moderation.
And if you're gonna come to the Shire with us and you're gonna live with us, then you gotta get used to it.
Live at the Shire.
Yeah.
Perhaps. It would be nice to have a sense of belonging at home.
It already is your home now. You know what it feels like, and it's yours. It's yours as much as it is mine.
It is strange to remember a place I've never been.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Although, by this reasoning, your home is across the Misty Mountains to the east, far from here.
That's right.
Does this mean that... Does this mean that you remember Tavi and the elf?
Do I remember Tavi and the elf? And who is Tavi and the elf?
Okay. Make me an insight roll.
Okay. I would love to do nothing else. I'm gonna use a hope for that. Success!
Okay.
You would remember. Strangely, because it's your memory, it's almost like your perspective. You remember that you grew up near the elves, but they are a private folk, so you did not talk to them all that often. You would sometimes, especially if you were out hunting close to their land. You might see them looking at you sometimes through the trees. But the edge of the forest border was more or less Mankind did not walk into the forest uninvited, and the elves often steered clear of our plains and stayed off our fields. But every once in a while, perhaps for good reason, maybe a horse got loose and ran into the woods. Maybe an elf needed to cross west for some reason. We would occasionally cross paths. You remember once, though, that I met a young elf. Were they... There was two of them. Were they brother and sister? Were they lovers? We don't know. But they looked quite a bit alike. A boy and a girl, young. And I... only 15 at the time. Took some time talking to them. And while the girl elf was agreeable, the boy was quite full of himself. His name was Tavian. He believed himself superior in nearly every way. This is true of most elves, but they don't always voice it like he does. He was quite quick to remind me of it. And so some other friends of mine from our clan devised a series of contests. I challenged him in various things. Tree climbing, horse catching, a variety of other things. He won some. I won some others. Sorry, you won some others. You remember this quite clearly. But whenever you won, he always had some convenient excuse for why it was not a fair contest. You were also, perhaps, mildly enchanted by the presence of this girl elf as well. Maybe a little bit, just a little bit, but of course you would never tell your friends this. You would not admit
Never.
such a thing.
No.
But between that sensation of mild awkwardness and also the infuriating pride of this boy elf who seemed to think himself so superior, the argument got worse and worse as his attitude soured you until eventually you told him to leave. Go back into your forest. Elf, we don't want you and your attitude here. To which he replied, "Make me," and crossed his arms. So you did. By throwing him into the Andawin River.
Oh.
And nearly starting a war. And being scolded. And this is why you are called Andawin of the River. Not simply because you were born here. It did not help that Tavian was actually not a child. I just thought he was because elves look very young. He was actually an adult. I have never been in so much trouble. So yes, you remember Tavian. He's where I got my namesake. If we have to seek help from the elves, hopefully it's not one that recognizes me from there.
Imagine if it was Tavian, though.
I dearly hope not.
Maybe we could chuck him at the curse.
You would have these memories as we approach this small river where I intend to go fishing. You see the river and it triggers this memory, being Andawin of the River.
So what was her name?
Leah. It means something in Elvish, but I don't know what.
Maybe she's at Rivendell.
She's probably 500 years old. We've established I cannot gauge their ages very well.
Yeah, but I mean, all elves get old, right? So, It's kind of no point in trying to figure out how old. Do you know, maybe? Leah's a good name. Sounds Rivendell-y.
Well, let's just hope when we get to Rivendell they don't throw me in a river.
And you can be Anduin of the River too. Can you swim?
Oh, yes.
Good. At least I can get something out of this. Maybe I can learn how to swim too. You have distinct memories of not being able to swim, being terrified, and being in water.
I don't need to pry.
Please roll me a d10.
Oh, okay.
I do not need to pry into your memories to remember Tharbad. You are a terrible swimmer.
So you all had a full night of rest. Your endurance would have returned, but now you're down 3 from your total.
Okay.
Here we go. These two should be actually no. No, all of you hobbits eat like grown men. We need to catch a third one.
Okay. Sounds good.
So you see, these fish swim against the current.
Right.
And right here, at this elbow in the river, the water's quite shallow, so you can see them as they round the bend. So I wait here, and my hands just suddenly project down into the water and grab hold of a fluffing fish and come out. I learned this by watching a bear once.
Can I try to catch a fish using my hands the way Anduin just did?
Yes. Would you like to make an insight roll?
Actually, no. I want to learn how to do it from watching him now. Like, I want to, yeah.
So this would be...
Hunting?
Hunting, most likely, yeah.
Failure.
It's pretty tough.
Okay, well. Maybe it's easier with your bare paws.
No, I can tell you what you are doing wrong, see. You are reaching for where the fish are. But the water distorts it. They are further down than they look.
Oh.
So you have to aim ahead of them somewhat. Like this, see? Look as I put my arm deep into the water. See how it looks like it is close? But you know how long my arm is. It's actually much further down. Reach in and feel my hand. I stop moving my hand like a fish, moving it back and forth. You see how far you have to reach down to actually catch my hand?
I don't think I can even reach down to your hand.
Well, your arms may actually just... You will probably have to lie down on the riverbank and reach your whole arm into the river to get down deep enough to catch these fish, even though it looks like they are near the surface.
You know, okay, well, you can't be good at everything, right?
Perhaps spearfishing might be the way for you.
Spearfishing?
Yeah, yes. Catch them with a spear instead of your hands, because your arms may not be long enough. A long stick should do the trick.
Okay.
And Loremaster, you can Return to the others whenever you feel appropriate,
Yeah.
or we can stay here for a spearfishing lesson. It's up to you.
Yes. Riod, where are you right now?
Oh, not too far away from from Andawin's home. I was actually with Rusty, just making sure we are prepared for the journey ahead. I think I would have woken the second the sun was up, and I would have gotten down to keeping myself limber, squats, using my axe, to pull up on a frame or branches somewhere, or squats, just making sure everything was latched and ready and good to go, and keeping myself active, moving. I think after a time, I just sit on the wagon facing to the northeast. I don't like it here very much.
Why not?
I sorely miss the surety and safety of stone. There are no mountains here. It's nothing but bog and flat land. It's wet. I, too, am homesick, I suppose. Although homesick isn't quite the word. I feel out of sorts and out of place and impatient. But I must do what I have to do. I must bide my time. I must be patient. I've been patient. And so I shall continue to do so. After some time, I go back to old routines, old drills, with the axe. If I still have my spear with that too. But I'm trying to shake off this unsurety. Especially now. The idea of a curse does not bode well with me. Especially if it's catching.
Are you scared of the curse?
I do not believe scared is the correct word, but I am weary. Very weary. Not so much about ghosts, but about what it seems to be able to do. As a dwarf, this is grave.
You get your things together and begin to head back to the group.
I make my way back to Andawin's. If the others are awake, I wave. If not, I return to where I was sleeping. Cross my legs in a tailor's pose, feet touching. And wait.
Would you like some breakfast?
Oh, what's for breakfast?
Everything.
Yeah, I still have some dried meats and
And mushrooms, fresh.
yeah.
Eggs.
Do within everything,
Perfect. And I just immediately, I've already made it and assumed you were going to eat it. And I just give you a very, very big, healthy portion of all the food that we made this morning.
I nod appreciatively and eat it heartily but quietly. It's strange. I think I'm a bit of sorts. Out of sorts, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know how perceptive hobbits are.
I'll
Maybe
roll
I'm
for
just-
it.
Okay,
Insight, right?
Yes.
it would be.
Would imagine.
Rio.
Is everything all right?
Oh, aye.
Is it cold?
Aye. It is rather cold.
It is
Ice.
not. No, that just came right out of the pan. You're ridiculous. I walk over.
Not the food.
Oh.
The food is all right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, right, yeah. Okay, so I don't think I don't know if I recognize what Tottles recognize. I'm not even sure if I'm really paying attention to the same level.
Oh,
Roll
okay.
if you would like.
I'm trying to think. I think I'm mending the fire and the food.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
I'm
say,
nearby, but yeah.
yeah. Are you all right? Cold? You mean outside?
Aye, a bit of a gust of wind.
I
You know.
immediately touch your face. Sorry, I know you hate that, but like, because I'm terrified now that you're catching the curse. Because that's what happened to them, right? Is they got really cold. But
I
assume.
flinch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you had the curse or something, or you were on. I was panicking. Sorry.
No. What color are my eyes? And I
just immediately get right in your face. What color are they?
Same color as they've always been.
aye.
Same color as they've always been, I think. They're not white or nothing.
The green. I'm like tending a little pen and moving stuff around.
I think they're like amber.
Aye,
That's right.
they're like- Aye.
It's the green we have to watch out for.
Or like black coals with flecks of amber, like hot coal being pulled out of the fire, I guess. You know, like
Yeah.
cracks.
Same as they've always been, not green or white or scary or nothing.
All right, well, let's go down the symptoms. Okay, this is how
Okay.
we figure out how sick someone is. Do you have a tummy ache?
No.
No tummy ache. Okay.
I'll just do a medicine check while he's saying, like, let's go down the list. Oh, great success.
Okay. Would you like to spend your rest of your success?
Gather an insight.
He seems
Okay.
fine, healthy.
If not a bit impatient looking now. I think
Oh.
it's reading on his face now.
Oh, sorry. I'm just, making sure you're all right. And
No, it's quite all right.
He definitely wants to get out of here, Toddles.
all right.
I would like to make an insight check at this point if I could.
Okay.
Just to see if I'm picking up as much.
Sure.
Well, great success.
You get the same
Yeah.
thing. Same read.
Same thing. I'm going to walk over. I'm sorry. No, actually, go ahead first. What are you going to say, Tata?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to walk over. I still have the pan in my hand, and I'm going to get really close to your face.
Hmm?
I'm going to look over at Tottles and be like, do you think he needs the cuppers?
Yeah. I'd say he's a little overdue.
And I'm going to walk back to the fire. Okay. How do we explain that one?
Well, you're better than I am at it.
No,
But we can-
it's lies. Slander.
But we can start with how would you like it? Browned, light, or crispy?
I have
That's
no
the main-
idea what you're talking about.
I
but
know.
Always crispy.
Well, you heard him. Always crispy.
Always crispy.
Keeping that fire hot, I hope.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Not done talking
Good.
about this, Master Hobbit. Master Hobbit. Oh my god, Master Dwarf. Moving this stuff around completely.
Very good, because we have returned with fresh fish.
Oh,
And berries.
Oh.
And berries. And were we able to get honey as well on our journey?
Let's see.
Was Piper able to catch a fish?
Both of you make a hunting check.
Ooh.
Well, we know how that's gonna go for me.
4
but...
Saurons.
Oh. A 4.
We don't know just yet. This is a group
Yeah,
roll.
you could roll a Gandalf
Okay.
roll.
Unfortunately, Piper, you were not able to catch a fish with your own hands. However,
What if she makes an attack roll with a spear instead?
I don't think
There's
so.
actually a chance that that might work.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Oh.
I have any. I have no pips and spears.
Mhm.
Pips and everything but spears.
Oh, that's right. You use sword. Never mind.
Yeah. So, Andawin, you're able to get some fish. I think because there was no extra successes here, no honey, unfortunately.
Not find a beehive, sadly.
Oh.
Sorry, I tried to get you honey.
That's all right. Appreciate you trying. I was thinking, if it's all right with you that we leave right away after breakfast.
I was thinking the same thing.
I agree. We don't want to take too long.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Besides, we only stopped because of the heavy rain, and the rain is stopped, so no excuse to be lazing around.
Well, I can
We'll
fry
cook
the
up
fish
our
up.
food and then hit the road.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Because I'm not very good at this, I glance over at Ryuth really quickly and then back like I'm, I'm very bad at
Well,
hiding my
I don't
intentions.
notice.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm pretty short. It's fine.
How obvious are you with this?
I think that you don't even need to roll because I'm like a
Okay.
child, right? Like, so I don't think that hobbits are very good at hiding their intention like this. So it's very clear that I suggested I feel like I'm standing up for Ryuth right now. Sort of. I think you can tell I'm...
Well, hilariously, my very good insight score, I actually failed this time, so I just see you exchanging...
so you have no idea.
I see you
I just
exchanging
look-
these looks, and I'm just like,
Well, I'm exchanging nothing because I look at him, but he doesn't notice. So I just am like, okay.
oh, well, I'm even more confused then. I'm just like, okay, the hobbity
I'd like to think
nonsense.
As Toddles was saying it, it was probably like, and we need to get going.
Yeah, and we need to, because I would stay here for days and weeks, right? I love it here, but
I gave myself a bonus die on the awareness roll because of what you said. That rolled 6, so maybe I did notice, perhaps, and if so, we might have exchanged. I might have looked either appreciative, I might not have looked it, I might have looked peeved, but you don't know.
Yeah.
So,
yep. All right. I imagine you wouldn't let me know, really, anyway. So, okay.
I'm just like, I'm the guy coming back into the apartment with the pizza and it's on fire.
Yeah, and everything's on fire.
Except in this case, it's just confusion instead of fire. I'm just, okay, whatever you say. Let's just grill these fish.
Oh.
Yes, please. With herbs. Right? I hope you don't mind. I was picking things around your garden. Is it your garden? Because I wasn't sure. It seems like if it is a garden, it might be a little bit overgrown. So I did some weeding. I hope you don't mind. That patch out right front.
I'm just glad that you can tell that it was at one point a garden.
Of course I can.
It's so overrun at this point from me being gone for months.
Well, I gave it some love this morning, so.
I assume
Really?
you
Okay.
found your way into my foodstuff store. Whatever is in there that isn't spoiled, let's use it, because it will certainly be spoiled by the time I return.
Perfect. And you don't mind if we packed up some of the other stuff to take with us, right?
I will be honest. I don't know that I'll be back here anytime soon.
Okay.
So we should
But
take
I just
anything
fixed
that
your
looks
garden.
useful.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. With all this, at that, I'm going to put this down and I'm going to his garden and I'm going to start looking for potatoes. If he's not coming back, I'm not going to let them go to waste. They're wonderful. Can you be using so many? Yeah, I'm digging at the dirt. So if I could roll for anything to see if I can find some
Potato.
Yeah, you can roll.
Okay.
I
Pretty much
definitely
anything
have.
pretty much anything that Andawin had is spoiled. But you can roll to see what you can find around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just figured
I
it's-
definitely have like a sectioned off like garden area, but exactly what kind of fruits and veggies and garden stuff grow in the Sarnford area, I couldn't tell you offhand. So
for the we're late summer at this point, so anything grown in the ground would be in a pretty good state if I can find anything. So carrots and potatoes would be pretty good. So yeah, what would I roll for that?
do we have a table of veggies to roll on?
I would suggest
Oh,
that
that
this
would be amazing.
be,
I could ask ChatGPT.
I
A
would
vegetable.
I would suggest that this would probably be a scan roll.
Scan roll. All right.
That's
That
good.
wasn't real, by the way.
One
that
of
was just
my
I'm
mediocre
sorry.
ones, so I'll help myself out here. I want those potatoes really bad. No! No! Failure.
Yeah. It's pretty tough. We'll go ahead and roll an extra d6. I'm gonna say you've got
Okay.
a bonus because you're kind of familiar with this kind of environment.
Just need a 3 or higher. Well, that's a 1.
Not gonna do it. Just kind of bad luck in the morning. You know. I'll let you figure out why you weren't able to do it, but
Oh, my
No
fingers
luck.
are rigid. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting into the soil quite as easily as I thought I would, especially after it raining. No, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that the soil in this area is not conducive to potatoes. Only smaller things grow here. There's like radishes or something in there.
taro root, water spinach,
Chives.
watercress,
Yeah.
wild rice, water chestnuts, occasional cranberry here and there, but nothing.
Love a cranberry.
Hmm. Okay.
If
I-
you're willing to brave the thorns, there's a blackberry bush
Oh, 100%.
very close to the west.
It just
And it's been months since I was here, so they are likely all regrown from last time I harvested them.
not a thought in my head other than okay with like there's mud dripping off my under my fingernails massively, just all over my finger. Oh, great! Walk in that direction. Gonna get some blackberries if I can.
I'm packing stuff up and getting us ready to go, I think.
Okay. You can make another scan roll. Lon.
Oh, yeah. Do a basic one just and hope. Nope. I've just-
Nothing.
The birds have eaten them.
Yeah. I am.
No, not the
Or-
blackberries.
Maybe somebody else ate them all.
I don't think
When
I'm
I was
upset.
out weeding the garden.
If oh no.
Yeah, Toddle's fingers are all stained
I
like
have,
purple.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I go over to him like this is a healthy bush, but it's boy, there must be environments or something about
It's been
it.
picked there.
Toddle
that's
smiles and
unfortunate.
there's like blackberry teeth
Full
like
of
all in there.
blackberry.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm yelling at look, you know the ones where the little parts of the blackberry start to like sort of fold in and it starts to mold a little bit. All those were missed. That's incredible.
Smart birds.
Yeah, I guess so.
Birds.
It's all over.
Have you seen birds eating a blackberry nest before? No, it's probably squirrels or something.
If it were a flippin' movie, it just immediately pans to Toddles with her big bushy hair. Like, I'm like a squirrel.
Squirrel?
Well, it can't be helped. Turn around.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure they were delicious. They would have been
Oh.
delicious. Sure, they would have been delicious.
Of course they would be. That's what, obviously it's good time for them.
Right, well, that's unfortunate, but when I was out with Piper this morning, we did succeed in getting this small basket of elderberries. They're a little bit more bitter.
Ooh. Ooh.
A little bit more bitter, but still okay.
You know, if we can get just a wee bit of sugar and let them sit for a little while.
Jam.
Or
syrup.
Or going to Brie. This is good. Appreciate this.
This is very good.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
let's go.
Yep, I think that is everything. Are we ready to head out?
Aye. Pin
Goodbye,
ready.
tree. And I just pat the tree that we were staying in.
I think there's probably just slightly a longer moment than you would have expected. I just kind of walk up and put my hand on the tree, like I'm saying goodbye. I do not know if or when I shall return. Now the road leads forward, not back to home.
On and never on.
I don't know if we consider a loop, then it eventually. But that's probably a ridiculous way of thinking. You know what? Just don't listen
I
to me.
don't think there's a
Not a
ridiculous
loop,
way
we're
about
going
thinking about anything. What's that, Ryu?
Backwards. Oh, so the road, we have to go back east. We can't keep going this way, otherwise we'll hit the Shire and then have to go all the way around to
Oh,
Brie.
wouldn't that be unfortunate?
Do you want to go back home?
No, I mean, yes,
No,
but
no,
not right
yeah.
now. Not now.
Okay.
What, I think more what
Not
he
now
meant,
and
well, at least
not
what I
for-
meant, the road that goes on is just like the road that we're on. We're on a road togetherly. It's not
Yes,
necessarily
also
this
Rivendell.
road.
It's a metaphor.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Well, Rusty, and I just crack the whip.
So be it. Rioth, do you follow
Aye.
the road? Do you try to take the most direct path? What do you do?
I do indeed. We are going back up the main road, the Greenway, I believe it's called, up north, towards Brie.
If Rioth even considered any shortcuts, I would talk him out of it, since this area is
No,
hard
he
forward.
wouldn't put Rusty through that.
Well, it's not just for the horse's sake, it's also the ground here is very soft, and the wagon would very likely sink in and get stuck if we veer from the road,
And it just rained, yeah. That's good.
which I'm sure Rioth probably already realizes without me having to say anything, but that is why we cannot take any shortcuts here.
Indeed, it's good to hear my thoughts be given life through breath. Aye.
That's good. That's a good way.
Because they wouldn't otherwise, because Ruth isn't going to say shit.
No.
I love it.
Rioth, does this
Aye.
look like the path that you would take?
Indeed, it does, yes.
Okay.
Oh my god! We're so close to home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please make a travel roll for me, Rioth.
Okay. A travel roll, no bonus die, I don't believe so.
Don't read them.
Holy
Success.
shit.
Extraordinary
What?
success.
It was almost 4.
Okay. Now,
It was almost 4.
I'm going to need another roll. Did I open the same book twice? I sure did. I'm gonna need a D6 roll from you, please, Rioth.
Okay. That's 1d6. 1.
Okay. Toddles and Lawton, please make
I get to roll.
please make an awareness roll.
Aye.
So if you remember, I didn't last time we traveled. Okay, awareness. Damn it!
Hmm.
I'm still useless in travel.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, Lawton, roll me a D12.
Wait,
do it.
can your great success cancel my failure?
Oh, I guess I can consider we're rolling at the same
Doesn't
time. But
in
that's
this
only
case.
okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, great.
A
Total
3.
failure.
I am napping, actually. Having all the berries, the sugar. I'm having a sugar crash, and so I napped on the. Yep, I napped on the back of it when I should be looking out for.
Lawton.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that as you were continuing along the greenway, that there are some strange sights. And I will leave it up to you if you point these out or not to people. But these are things that you seem to notice. You're not sure if anybody else does. You see the signs of some broken down carts maybe in the distance?
No.
You see the signs of well, the Greenway, when you first came down this way, was a little intimidating. This was the furthest that you'd ever traveled away from the Shire. But when you're making your way back up towards Bree, you see what appears to be signs of goblins. You think that they maybe attacked some carts along the way.
I would immediately tell everyone, quiet. When I point out the carts in what looks to be, I mean, I guess, yeah, I'd be pretty familiar with their weapons use on wood and everything else like that, so it's like, is that the work of goblins? Am I getting that wrong? And I'm looking at Rioth and Andawin.
No, I believe.
Did you say goblins?
Maybe.
Oh.
I believe you are correct.
What?
Hobbit.
And we're all goblins.
Now I'm wondering. I don't know if I can tell how long those have been there, but
How far away from Bree? From the Shire?
days still, I think.
It's nearly nightfall. Probably traveled too far today. You've made some ill choices. As a group, what do you think that they've been on this last day?
Well, I did eat all of those berries, so I probably had to poop a lot. So we had to make a couple of stops.
Okay, all right.
I've had indigestion.
It's been 2 days since you left Anduin's house.
House.
Well, I'm feeling better now.
I bet, I would say that maybe on one of those nights, I would have tried to have cooked up something using herbs that was probably pungent. For her, you know, for Tottles to eat and help with digestion and whatnot.
Are you thinking on that as you're looking at these remains?
Oh, yes. I think that upon seeing this and thinking about goblins, I believe that I would be hyper aware of the noise the cart is making. The ponies, now horse itself is what it's making. I mean, you can hear that coming unless there's a bunch of trees around to muffle it.
I smell like pungent indigestion tea.
Yeah, I think that I'm suddenly a little afraid of everything, you know. Do we smell? How good does goblins smell? I don't know.
You asking me?
For now, Rusty is halted as Rioth has tried to respond to your words.
Yeah, I think I would.
What are we
I'm
gonna
like,
do?
do goblins, can they smell really well?
I don't know. What do we do? What do you mean, can they smell?
They can.
They can.
Which way is the wind blowing? And I'm like trying to where we
Sorry.
are.
The first thing I imagine doing when you say which way the wind is blowing is literally just like launching something into the air to see which way it goes.
Just like
It's done
Get a
very
leaf.
common. Grab some grass
Yeah.
and throw it up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
into
Throw
the
it up.
is it blowing in that direction from behind us? Are we
Are you
upwind?
Upwind.
Yeah, because that would carry our smells that way.
You are downwind.
Oh, now that okay.
Now, can we smell anything?
Well, I think we can
Oh.
have our lookouts go ahead and make an awareness check.
Me! That's me!
I'll roll as well. Both of us failed.
Please! I just don't want to be useless in travel.
Unfortunately
It's a
not.
double failure. No. Yeah, I am
You were close.
looking at everyone just like,
Total failure.
oh,
So I'm not our lookout. I don't know if in this context I'm able to make an awareness roll.
Not at the moment.
So what are we gonna do? I can't smell anything. Maybe they're not even there anymore.
I would like to scan, perhaps, to
Okay.
see what's happened
Sure.
here.
Do you get
What
out
are
of
we
the cart?
looking at? I have a higher vantage point from up here.
Okay.
I know you have no
Could I
control.
stand next to him as he says that and
Yep.
be the same height?
There is no control over
From the
like when
ground.
the music did that, but it did that at just the right moment that I thought he was gonna die if he got down from that cart.
Well, it was the way he asked the question.
So, Riod, what are you looking
Aye.
for?
He said goblins. So I immediately think to myself, well, if it's goblins and they're attacking, the sneaky bastards they are, they wouldn't do so unless perhaps they had the upper hand. So I'm not expecting to see dead goblins, perhaps, but maybe the work of. So anything burned, anything befouled, anything, like...
You can see that near the cart, I imagine after Lawton has sort of pointed it out, that there are signs of like an attack. There are
Oh no.
probably some remains, but not many.
Are these the same carts from Tharbad, the traders we saw there?
Yes.
No.
On the map, we're not exactly close to the mountains of the Barrow Downs, or the hills, should I say, of the southern Barrow Downs. Are we in a valley right now or no?
Probably not.
Okay. I tell Andawin what I've just seen, and I'm weary that we might be next.
Right. If they have already robbed these carts ahead of us, and they've already made off with the goods, it is unlikely they would hang around here. They're probably taking their stolen
Do you
valuables
think they're
back to
gonna
their
go to the
hideout.
Shire?
I would say yes, but somehow the Shire seems to have this uncanny ability to go unnoticed. And if it has been left alone all these years, I don't think the goblins are suddenly going to find it now. But I am going to go up for a closer look.
Do you want me to come with you?
yeah, not alone.
I
Absolutely.
say
not.
that, but I look terrified. Like I'm.
No.
Knees
Now
are
I look
shaking.
relieved. Yep. Mm-hmm.
No,
If you're
stay.
going, don't expect to go down alone.
No,
Look
no.
after Rusty.
I'll just watch the cart.
Aye, and I follow.
If it does turn out to be a trap, I am the only one fleet-footed enough to outrun them. I would stay by the cart
Well,
all
but
of
I
you.
can hide.
I have pulled my bow out.
Yeah, I draw my sword.
And I'm going to move forward on Red.
Don't underestimate the fleetness of a dwarf's foot.
Very well. But there is no other way around. We must go north and we must follow the road, so we have to bypass this one way or the other. I'm going to check and see if it is a trap. I'm going to walk up to this wreck to check it for signs of, like, can I tell how long the bodies have been here? Are they starting to rot, or is this a fresh kill? But I'm not going to walk straight up the road like an idiot waiting to get shot. I'm going to go off the path and around to the side.
Okay. So
Guess who would have walked straight up the road?
So you can have a cursory glance, or you can really try to figure it out. If you want to try to figure out, I'm going to say that this is probably a health roll.
A healing roll?
A healing roll, yeah.
Should have brought me with you.
Okay. I will make the cursory, whatever, examination from a distance to see if it looks like anyone is lying in wait first.
Okay.
And then if I determine that it is safe to approach, then I will examine the body.
Okay. Awareness check.
A Gandalf rune.
Holy shit.
Doesn't look fresh.
Okay. I'm sorry. Is this roll? Is this for determining if this is a trap, or is this for seeing if it's an older site, like an older?
It doesn't look fresh. Is the cursory glance that you take?
Okay.
The immediate area looks safe, from what you can tell.
Okay. I think that's enough for me to go ahead and wave everyone else forward. Just kind of wave everyone over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll start coming. I think I'm opposite
Do you
the
think
road from you.
does he want me to? Is he waving us all over? Should I just still stay with the cart?
You want to be alone on the cart?
Well, do you want your cart to be alone and Rusty to be alone?
No!
Okay. Well, that's all I was saying. That I'll stay with the cart then.
And I'll stay with her.
Thank you.
Well, what's the distance, by the way, here? Like, if he waves them over, are they
40 feet?
40 feet away?
Oh, if it's not short a distance, they can hear me quite easily. So I'll just yell back and say, "The path looks clear. If it was a trap, I believe they'd have sprung it by now. And this person has been dead longer than a day."
There's not much remaining of this person.
Oh,
In that case, I turn back.
Have they been, like,
God.
eaten, like, by wargs?
You can make a check to determine some information.
Okay. Well, rephrase the question. Is most of the body missing? That's how you made it sound.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If
Yeah,
Tubbs is in the sea-
I'll just walk back over to the group. There's no need for shouting. And say, I don't think whatever or whoever did this is still here. The body has been there for a little bit. It's not a pretty sight.
Pete,
I would
are
not look
those-
at it.
are those the people that traveled with us?
Aye.
Oh. I guess it's a good thing we stopped for the rain.
It looks like they paid for their hastiness, aye.
Andawin? Could it be true? Could Bree be burning?
What?
If Bree was
Surely
on
we'd see
fire,
it in the
would we...
sky.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I look to the north.
You're super far away.
Yeah,
45 miles.
Yeah.
What do your dwarf eyes see?
Ah, well, you know,
At
it's
ground
to the
level.
ground. It's hard to see the horizon.
Let's call it 50 miles.
At ground level, just for reference for everyone, at ground level with a completely flat plane, you get about 12 miles of vision, roughly. So like on an ocean horizon,
Okay.
about 12 miles before everything just starts to dissipate. So
I love that fact.
we
For
I
the
love
roundness
his
of the
big
earth.
Definitely
You're
not
just looking
flat.
at
He
it.
have to
always
do the
does
roundness
that.
bit. Yep.
Where he's just like out of nowhere. By the way, just so you know, you can see about 12
Yeah.
miles flat on the... What? I love you. You're wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
So, elven eyes would be able to see 1 hex away.
Wow.
So, if there are goblins, if there are goblins here,
Well, they're not here anymore, right?
yeah, they
Hmm.
could have gone to Bree, right?
Unlikely. It's very unlikely that a goblin army of enough strength to attack a town full scale would actually be here. I know
Well, then-
you're worried from the vision, and I saw it too, but you also had visions of Tharbad and nothing was wrong there, so
Yeah. Put it with the butter.
What?
Yeah.
if we are
Never mind.
concerned for Bree, then we should make haste towards Bree.
Yeah, I agree.
If there
I
were
agree.
tracks from the
Right.
goblins, can we see them? It's been a while.
No, you cannot.
And if... Okay. In which
I
case...
was
Mhm.
I was actually going to ask, because it rained.
Heavy rain.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
it rained, if this attack occurred before the rain, then all the tracks would be washed away. But if this attack occurred after the
That's a
rain, they would be
great
very
way.
obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
You'd be
by a
able to
simple
figure it out.
glance. Right, a simple glance of whether I can see footprints or not would tell me if it's before or after it rained.
Okay.
That's fair.
In which case, I think Ruth would just want to keep going north then.
Okay.
This is old news, and
Well,
all does it serve to dishevel us?
Mm.
right.
Very well. Do you stop for the night?
Here?
Not right here.
No,
No.
no.
Very well.
No.
As darkness approaches, our group continues along the greenway into the night. And that's where we're going to end our episode today.